Level up your dungeon game with Dungeon Designer's Deck. This is what's inside. We have 60 terrain encounter cards, 10 quest cards, 10 room cards, 10 door cards, 5 enemy generator cards, 3 how to use cards, and 2 random loot cards, as well as a little bit of a layout map. So it's about hand size. This out for now. The reference book. Core principle. Deal encounter cards whenever a new dungeon room is entered. We suggest 1d4 cards per room, depending on the size. Roll an encounter from the back of each card, then place the scenery side up on your battle map. Deal a door card whenever a door is needed to be interacted with. So we have necessary DC checks. Routine, difficult, very difficult. Lethal damage tables. Quests. So there's quests, we'll have a look in a minute. Rooms, arcane study, study desks, weapon stash, that's like stuff you put in the rooms on the map. That looks like everything else. Barrel stack. Difficult nature check. Identifies 1d4 bottles of vintage wine. One barrel is a mimic, really wants to trick someone into putting their head inside the barrel top. Puzzles. Map table. Different doors. Magic loot. Enemies and denizens. Let's look at these bits. So this is a thinner version of the usual card stock that Lucky Battle Mats does. No, if that's A3. Looks about A3 to me. One side with that just plain tiles and the other roomed off. How to use 5e, 1st to 10th level. Random dungeon creation cards, quests, rooms, and then there's the scenery to put down on the map thing I just showed you. And on the other side, what it does. Ritual circle, you roll 1 to 3, a standard monster is summoned. Once this is defeated, another standard monster appears. Passing a difficult arcana or religion check will end the effect as well, leaving the room. Magical trap. Any ranged spells cast while standing in the circle have their range reduced to 0. Cooking area. Stairs down. So these will work on the usual big books that I cover by Battle Mats. Yeah, so the art's decent. The cards, nice. Of a good variety. Not sure if they're different. But yeah, they are handy. I mean, you could just literally pick as many of these as you need to create an adventure, which I might well do a video on. So yeah, I can understand how that works just by looking at that. It's nice and compact, it's very travel capable. Throw it in your bag. Your doors, hit points, unlocked, locked or trapped, so you roll each time. It's a randomizer. I'm a big fan of this. I think this is really good. 1st to 2nd level party, 3rd to 4th. 5th to 6th, 7th to 8th, 9th to 10th. 1d6, easy, roll a d6. 2d3 gargoyles, 6 a flesh golem. Yeah, this is really well done. Magical loot, potions, scrolls, rings, armour, weapons, items, adamantine armour, a few coins in different tiers. Treasure, lower value, valuable, very valuable item. Pick a quest. Cult conversation. The characters have been hired by a good church to recover these townsfolk from the cult's spell. The cult is a result of a curse on an undead lord's tomb. All clues found spawn a cultist. These are the charmed townsfolk. Rooms. Start with a ritual room and after 10 more rooms spawn an evil temple where the undead lord resides. Final encounter in the evil temple. The special rules apply. Mostly dead. Replace any denizens with undead. The charm can be removed from a cultist by reducing them to 0 hit points. Rewards! Any cultist cured of the curse that charmed them will be worth a lot of coins in reward money from the church if alive. That seems like a lot of fun and something I want to do. You can check out links to my Loki Battle Maps affiliate link in the description and possibly the pinned comment. Let me know if you've used them, let me know if you plan to, and I'll see you next session.